Nithyananda. This is an official press release from KAILASA. I would like to address a deeply concerning and deliberate act of disinformation that has been propagated by multiple media outlets with a very clear anti-Hindu intent. Let's be absolutely clear. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is absolutely healthy, safe, alive and active. I would like to reassure and reaffirm the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is healthy, safe, alive and active. Any claims to the contrary are nothing more than calculated lies that are designed specifically to mislead the public and incite further persecution. On March 30th, 2025, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism personally graced the live Ugadi celebrations, delivering and blessing the entire world, all the devotees, disciples and the entire 2 billion strong Hindu diaspora worldwide. The full live stream is available publicly for every one of you to view on all our social media channels. So the spread of this malicious, blasphemous and defamatory falsehood is actually not an isolated incident. This is a well-coordinated, a well-orchestrated attack, a very systematic campaign that is specifically intended to vilify and to defame the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The intent behind this campaign is unmistakable. That is, to incite hatred, to manipulate the public perception, and ultimately to justify further and further attacks on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. For decades, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been the target of relentless persecution. There have been over 70 plus documented assassination attempts on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by these anti-Hindu forces, and each one of them have been utterly unsuccessful. Having failed through direct means, now these elements turn to disinformation warfare that they are currently implementing. They use their media machinery to push a false narrative that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has left his body, immediately amplifying and celebrating their own lie. This is not just misinformation or misrepresentation, it's a very, very strategic psychological operation, which is basically laying the groundwork for more and more sinister attacks on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, on his mission and all his followers worldwide. This is lawfare in action. This is warfare by media in action. The deliberate weaponization of legal and the media systems to harass and attack the religious minority. All of you consider the evidences which are there. The calculated timing of the false publications are aligned with the key lawfare actions that are against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. That is how it's going on right now as well. The systematic pattern of planting and amplifying false narratives, which are then further used as a basis for further lawfare. That is what we are exactly witnessing live as we speak. The coordinated, multi-platform dissemination of these lies to create an illusion of credibility and public consensus. I'd like to make it once again very clear to every one of you that what we are looking at is absolute false and lies, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is very healthy and active, alive. This is not just an attack on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. This is an attack on the religious freedom, on the rights of the Hindus to practice our faith without fear and persecution. It is the persecution and the attack on the truth itself. KAILASA calls upon all the responsible media organizations, governments and human rights bodies to recognize these malicious actions for what they are, a blatant and a dangerous act of persecution. It's time for those who spread anti-Hindu hate speech and disinformation to be held accountable. With this, I'd like to share with every one of you, once again reaffirm that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is alive, active and healthy. Thank you. Nithyananda.